Hello everybody, this is Abraham with North Shore Computer Services. What I have here for you is a 2014 Honda Odyssey with a very strange message on the computer screen that says check parking sensor system. Okay, now this happened after I was driving and I just ran over a bump, speed bump. Wasn't particularly hard, but maybe harder than usual, and after a couple of seconds that thing came up. So that message is quite scary, and I called the Honda dealers and they want $60 for diagnostics. So let's see what we can do, if we can do better than $60. So I dug up a shop manual for this car, and I believe this is page 400. Let me look up. It's page 400. 4,358. So on this page, they're talking about how to check this particular system. Parking and backup sensor switch test replacement. So according to the manual, it's the switch that causes this behavior. So let's go back to the car and take a look. So this is the switch that causes this problem, and as you can see, pushing the switch does not do anything. In other words, it should beep when the system is on, and it should beep when it's off, and there is nothing coming from that switch. Okay, so let's see if we can pull the switch out and check according to the manual. The strange thing is, if you run over a bump, switch wouldn't fail. Otherwise, this car is full of switches, so every one of them will fail if you run over a speed bump or something, or if you shake or you get a small fender bender, your car would go crazy. But nevertheless, let's check the switch. So for that, we're gonna need a pry tool and basically just run around this section here, and I already did that. So we'll pull the switch panel out and disconnect. Oops, pushed the wrong button. Open the door. So we just need to push on these little things. First you need to turn off the car and disconnect the panel. So I'll do that. So we got the panel off with a whole bunch of switches, and we're gonna take it into the shop and run some diagnostics on it. Okay, so we got the thingy here, and to pull the switch out, you just push on the tabs and push the switch. I have to do it with one hand, so bear with me. It's not very hard. Okay. What's nice is the car is not very old. It's only about 3 years old, so all the plastic is still plasticky and pliable. So just a sec, let me get the manual. Okay, so in the manual it says to pull out the switch and identify parking and backup sensor switch with the 17P connector terminals, and here is the picture. Number 3, check for continuity between terminals in each switch position according to the table. And number 4, if the continuity is not specified, check the bulbs. If the bulbs are okay, replace the switch. So what I thought is, I always thought that Honda or newer cars were using LEDs for illumination or to indicate that the switch is in or out. This one is just a push button. It's not a where you push and it stays engaged. So then I thought, bulbs. Okay, let's check the bulbs. So we're just gonna use a little screwdriver, and this is the parking sensor switch. You just make a quarter turn. You can use tweezers to pull the bulb out. You don't even have to pull it out to check. You could check it by just connecting the leads right into the bulb itself. So let's see if I could make this stand somewhere. Okay, so we have a 12 volt power supply, and we're just gonna light up the lamp. Let's see here. I'm gonna turn off this lamp, or you can just use a multimeter to test the bulb if it's working or not. So as you can see, it doesn't emit any light. Okay, so I happen to have a replacement. And if we apply the voltage to it, you can see that there is a light. All right, so just gonna plug this back in. And how many people think that this will fix the problem? Put it in the comments. At this point, pause the video and just comment, I think it will, or I think it's all baloney, that a light bulb would fix the problem. Meanwhile, I'll be putting it back together and we'll see if it does work. So put the switch back in, put it on pause. Okay, moment of truth. Pushing the button. Voila! There is no error. On top of that, if you push the button, there is the light that's been turned on, turned off, turned on. Before that, the light didn't do any, or the button didn't do anything, and the light wouldn't come on. So now whoever was interested in the problem repair, this is what it is. You can leave right now. Those who want to hear some more of my speech can continue to listen. I'll go back in the shop. So this message I'm gonna call Dear Honda Engineers. I've been thinking, knowing electronics and stuff, that it is relatively easy to build a circuit that checks whether the bulb is out or not. But the message should read, the bulb is out, not the whole system is bad. Because with that, you're telling the end user that your car possibly has a bad computer, possibly has bad whatever. And I've pulled up some prices from the internet, Honda parts stores, and on here the sensor unit is, let's see, number one, that's the sensor computer. I don't know how well it can be seen, but the cost for that unit is $300. Sensor assembly, and there is 5 of them, actually no, I'm sorry, 6. So 2 in the front, 4 in the back. Each one is $252. The error says that all the units are bad. So there you go, $1,000 right there, plus $300 in computer. Then I pulled up the switch itself. Okay, on this page the switch is number 6 right here, and number 6 is $24.40. So worst case scenario, replace the switch. But then you also sell bulbs online, and the bulbs are $4.04. It's going to be $10 shipping on it, so about $20 to fix this problem. However, if you have the bulbs, and that's for those who can, and there's not that many people who can, you can just replace the tiny little bulb. Let me see if I could get that for you. Okay, so this thing here, the bulb assembly, is what costs $4.04. There's a little piece of plastic, there's cover, there's bulb inside. This is what needs to be replaced. Just this thing. That's it. Just that. And you can get a packet of those for $1. 10 pieces, $1. That's how I found it. You could probably pay 2, maybe 3, or maybe even 4 for 10 of them. Okay, so at least if the Honda dealer is nice enough and they don't want to make money to work up the price, they could just charge you $50 and replace the bulb. But they could also charge you $1,000 for this repair. So I think, and again, this is for Honda engineers, please, if you hear this, make that message clear that your bulb is burned out and not the whole system is faulty. This past couple of days, this is my car, I've been quite furious over why did this system fail over nothing. And after spending considerable time and searching and finding the shop manual, which is again not very easy to find, that has cost me some dollars. I was able to get down to the business and fix the problem. So hopefully this helps somebody. This is what I'm here for. Finding problems like this, posting them online. And there is a lot of Honda Odysseys out there, and this fix would apply to 2011 all the way to 2017 Hondas. So quite a few years. And I was very surprised that a 2014 Honda would be using those little bulbs. In fact, this is what happens. This bulb has a filament on it, and that filament has only so many hours that it can be on. Interestingly, in older bulbs, this was about 10 years. Okay, this car is 3 years. 3 years is way too little for these bulbs to fail. So specifically, they were manufactured or ordered in a poor quality so that they fail, and the messages are designed to be misleading so that, you know, there's money to be made. And I don't blame it. It's okay. But I hope those that find this video find it very entertaining that, you know, a 20-cent piece creates a message that your whole system is failed. And what I was going to say is the filament gets old after it's been on for so long, and you can shake it just a little bit and it disconnects, and then the whole car goes crazy. So hopefully this helps somebody. Give me likes if you like it. If you don't like it, just go on, buy a new car, or pay $1,000 for repairs. Subscribe and have a good day.